Hello guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to find the x and y-intercept of quadratic functions. Okay, so I'll use this function to explain my point here. Okay, so some things to know here guys is that whenever we say x and y-intercept, so we're talking about the coordinate plane here. So when you have the x-axis and the y-axis, in which case, when we say the y-axis would be, in this case, the values of the function when the x value is given. So the output value, and this would be the input value, the x axis, okay? All right, so when we say intercept, we mean where the graph crosses the x-axis. So if we say y-intercept, for example, we would mean something like anything that crosses the y-axis would be a y-intercept. And anything that crosses the x-axis would be an x-intercept, okay? So that's what we mean by intercept. Now, other things to know is for a point right here on the y-axis, because if it's an x-intercept, that means the point is on the x-axis. Now for a point here, the x coordinate will be just an x value, but the y coordinate will always be 0, because if a point is on the x-axis, the y value for that point is always 0, okay? The y value here for any point on the x-axis is 0. So for x-intercept, y is always 0, okay? Same thing for the y-intercept, okay? For the y-intercept, the point will be on the y-axis, and therefore the x value will be 0. So x value 0 and y-intercept, so any value for y. But the x value in this case will be 0, okay? So keep that in mind. Very important for you to be able to solve such problems. So the key here now is that, according to what I just said here, whenever you need to find the x-intercept, what it means to you is that the y value must be 0, and therefore f of x must be 0, okay? In this case, f of x must be 0, okay? You have to set it to 0, because automatically you know it's 0 when you have to deal with x-intercept, okay? Like this. Now for y-intercept, okay? For y-intercept, anytime you need to know the y-intercept, you need to know that the x value will be 0, okay? So x will always be 0. Anytime you need to get the y-intercept, please know that you have to replace x by 0. Anytime you need to get the x-intercept, know that you have to replace the y value, or f of x, by 0, okay? So this is key to solving, to getting the y-intercept and the x-intercept, okay? So let's see what we can do here with this problem. All right. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Let's get the x-intercept. Okay, so now in this case here, I need to get the x and y-intercept. So first of all, I'm going to say x-intercept. X-intercept. So to get the x-intercept here, I know that y or f of x must be 0, okay? So that's key here. You know y or f of x must be 0. Now what's f of x? It's right here, f of x. So I'm going to replace it by its value, which is 0. So therefore, 0 is equal to x squared plus 8x plus 12, okay? Then what do I do here? This is like a quadratic equation, so I need to solve it. How do we solve quadratic equation? Well, I covered this in another video. You can solve here by factoring. What if I could factor this trinomial. By trial and error here, I have xx, 2 plus sign, then two numbers whose product is 12 and sum is 8. That's 2 and 6, right? Because 2 times 6, 2 times 6 is 12, and 2 plus 6 is 8, okay? 2 times 6, 12, 2 plus 6, 8, okay? So then you set each factor to 0. Remember how to solve quadratic equation. It's by factoring. It's either that x plus 2 is 0 or x plus 6 is 0. Right here, x is negative 2 or x is negative 6. Therefore, the x-intercept, remember x-intercept, y is 0. So x-intercept, it can be written like this or written like an ordered pair. So negative 2, 0, always 0 for the y-axis, and negative 6, 0. Okay, so negative 2, 0, and negative 6, the x value, 0. So this is the x-intercept, okay? X-intercept. Now y-intercept. Y-intercept. For the y-intercept, guys, you need to let what? Let x be 0 in this case. X equals 0. Now, if x is 0, that means you have to go back here and replace x by 0. So f of 0 equals to 0 squared plus 8 times 0. I'm right here. I'm replacing x by 0 plus 12. And f of 0, which is y, the y value, is equal to 0 plus 0 plus 12. So f of 0, which is the y value, again, I keep repeating this, is 12. You can have this as the answer, y equals 12, or an ordered pair, which is 0 for x. Remember at the beginning you have x as 0, and 12 for y, okay? So this is it. These are your x-intercepts, and this is the y-intercept. So one x-intercept, two x-intercepts, like these two here, these 2 points, and one y-intercept, okay? So this is the answer to this problem, how to get the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Remember what we did? Hey, well, for x-intercept, you need to let y be 0, then you solve. For the y-intercept, you need to let x be 0, and you solve. All right? Thank you.